blah 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 blah.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Cobalt, and this video is going to be a detailed look into Space Zone, and I don't know, there's a little flavour text here, spaceship never left the ground, that was never there before, that's brand new in the update. It was just Space Zone before. It's a great map, it's a classic map, you've probably seen people play it before. It's the map that they show Cobalt with, you'll almost certainly recognise it from any video to do with Cobalt ever. Now that's interesting, I haven't played this map since the update. This used to be a box, like a cube box, but you'd look at it from an angle. Used to be fixed. Then they made it so that you could push the box around and destroy it, which is kind of weird. Then they added a respawner so that it respawned as well, and now it's a static block again, but it doesn't look as pretty. So I don't know, fix that please. It kind of ruins the aesthetic of the room almost. But yeah, this is I like having the block back there because I used to time a lot of my jumps off it. It's a really good like location. That middle of the map is oh wow, riot shield. Wow, that's new. Never got the riot shield before. Have you still got the plasma gun down here? Plasma gun. This plasma accelerator or whatever. Oh, I don't want to switch the plasma accelerator. I'm going to switch out that one. Plasma accelerator is definitely one of the best weapons on this map. If not, the rocket launcher is also pretty good. Wow, plasma works quite differently. The particle effect for plasma is straight like that, and you can deflect it. It didn't used to be like that. I don't know if plasma is the most powerful weapon anymore. It does one-hit shields, which is why it's so useful. But plasma used to be really powerful in the last version. It still is quite powerful, but yeah, definitely pick up the plasma weapon if you can and have it on you. Pick up a taser. Taser is really good because with a taser you can pretty much instant kill anybody, and they also offer you a lot of versatility with your movement, a lot more than you used to. I'm still getting used to that, but as you can see from doing the speed challenges, I'm kind of good at it already. Taser used to give you a little bit of a boost, but it may be like only a third of what it gives you now. This gives you a huge like aerobatic boost now, giving you a huge advantage if you have one. It was already the best weapon on the map in my opinion. If you've got a shield and a taser, they're done for. It's a one-hit kill, whether they're rolling or not. It's lethal close range weapon. Rocket launcher is also pretty good. Definitely like my rocket launcher. If you can stay out of bullet time and zone them out, you can zone them out completely with the rocket launcher. Watch this, ready? Damn it. I actually killed him on the second one. I was just hoping to continually zone them out. But if you can keep firing rockets, then you can get them. If you're good with your rocket timing, like I was then, that was a pretty good rocket, you can get them. It's got a drop off at the end, which you can actually use to your advantage if you can time it right. For example, about this spot here, pro tip, you fire a rocket that way, and it will drop off just before the end there, hit anyone who's trying to climb up. They might think they're safe, but they're not. It's definitely good against newer players. The rocket has a really high splash area, and it instant kills basically anyone within its path. Anyone who hits it. It can be deflected with a punch, but most players won't be able to do that. Now, I'm sacrificing my own shield there. I don't know if I've got a backup one actually. Might have been a mistake. But yeah, the rocket is definitely a really good weapon. You can pull off a lot of skill shots with it against newer players if you know what you're doing. The thing about the rocket is, when you fire it, it maintains some of the momentum. Like the rocket actually itself, the actual like fuel doesn't ignite until, yeah, see, I've got a backup shield now. I have two shields technically, one activated, one ready to activate. That was good. Lucky because he jumped up, of course, but hang on, if I can get a grenade in this bounce pad. Completely failed. No. Anyway, the rocket has a slight delay before it kicks in, so it maintains your momentum for a bit, so you've got to be really careful about that. It didn't used to do that. I had to get used to it, actually, from other weapons. So now you can actually, like it just did then, that was an unreal rocket shot. That was amazing. It actually hit the surface and didn't explode, and then bounced along it, and then ignited. If you saw what happened. As an example of how you can use rockets now. You didn't used to be able to do that. If I'd done it then, I just would have killed myself in the old patch. But that's like a really old patch, like at least 4 or 5 patches back now. Probably more. I don't count sub patches. I mean like in version 1.1.1 or something like that. The rocket used to do that, but now you can and include with the if you sneak while you fire. If you watch here, if I sneak and fire, it actually the angle that I shoot at is dependent on how like fast I'm moving, so I can angle my rocket downwards there. Didn't used to be the case. It's quite a recent change. Oh, he's got a rocket launcher now. They're not homing rockets, these ones. You can get the homing ones on Gladiator and a couple of other maps, I believe. Homing rockets are quite good, but you can accidentally do the wrong thing, and they're not hard to avoid. And you can accidentally kill yourself with a homing rocket if you're not careful, because it can loop around. They have a really small turning circle. Kind of funny, actually. But anyway, yeah, the rocket's definitely a good weapon. I haven't really been using the plasma accelerator. I reckon I can get a lot more kills if I do start using it. Oh wow, the plasma accelerator used to be able to explode the rocket. That's new. Okay, the rocket's a lot more powerful now than it used to be. See, while I'm explaining all this stuff to you that I do know, I'm learning new stuff, and you get used to that in Cobalt because they do change it. They change it up a bit. So there was a taser kill there. But yeah, Cobalt is very much about like learning the best strategies, learning how to zone out your enemy completely, and yeah, that's how you'll be good at Cobalt. I mean, these video like tutorials almost, they're not really tutorials, they're more informational videos. They're there just to give you like tips, but really to get the actual skills, you just need to practice. You need to play a lot with your friends. Definitely, if you can, like put it on a laptop. It's pretty well optimized. It can run on a laptop absolutely fine, with some of the settings turned down, maybe for battery optimization if you're running off a battery. But I could run this on about a 2-year-old laptop at full frame rate. There was a bit of lag in the last patch due to some plasma issues, but that was a known fault with the game as opposed to a problem with the laptop. Sometimes, yeah, there is a bit of lag if you've got like 20 explosions happening at the same time, but most of the time it's alright on a laptop. And a laptop, you've got support for like 2-3 USB ports. Just get 2-3 wide USB Xbox 360 controllers. As I said, wide Xbox 360 controller isn't going to set you back that much, maybe like £10 if you want to get a non-really cheap one. I know all my friends bought really cheap ones. I got a more expensive one. My one's still alive, their ones are all dead. Long story short. Actually, the one I got, it's expensive, but I got it for free. Long story, I'm not going to tell that now. But yeah, I have the Power A Tournament Pro controller. It's not the best, but it's good. It stands up to the punishment I put it through. I put it in like a school bag, and it just like it comes out alive at the end of the day, which is just a miracle. You know, like what modern school is just like. It's just like a school bag just flying everywhere for some reason. It's like it has a mind of its own. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I'm not here to talk about the controller. I'm here to talk about the map. So in the map, you want to control the middle of the map. Get the shield, as with Gladiator. You want to get these shield respawns. Stacking up your shields is important. The best bet against someone who has a stacked up shield is the plasma accelerator. At least it used to be. I don't know about that anymore. The rocket is pretty good for taking out stuff, but as you saw there, that was nearly a good shot. But it kind of blew up in my face because it was angled down just a little bit too much. The conks, I think the conks are quite useful if you can get them in the corners of the map. But on the straights, I don't know, because of this way the map works, you don't really need to block people off as much. I mean, yeah, sure, you can block the entrances there like that, and that is a really good point, but I could have just run around the other side there. If you can get 2 clonks off, it makes a huge difference in that case, but a single clonk doesn't do much. It does about as much as it'll do in any other situation. Just blocks a single route, but because there are like 3 routes to go to everywhere in this map, doesn't really help much. Have they got the burner still there? The burner. Here we go, the burner. Now this is it's almost game changing, this, but it definitely makes for some more interesting gameplay. Taser. Somehow I got that. I didn't actually kill him. I think something else killed him, but I got the kill for it. It might have been my rocket I fired earlier. I didn't know. I wasn't tracking where that went. But yeah, this map is very much about zoning people out. Obviously why they call it Space Zone. No, it's not why they call it Space Zone. call it Space Going because it's a cool name. This is one of the first maps, I believe, that was developed. It's a really cool map. It's very aesthetically pleasing. It really suits the style of the game, in my opinion. What's funny about it is it's a spaceship, but you can't see an entrance or an exit to it, so how they got in there, I have no idea. I mean, the story suggests that it was a crashed spaceship, and I guess some of the damaged lanterns suggest that too, but it doesn't really look very crashed to me. I mean, I can see some meteor holes here and here. I believe they're new actually. I don't remember them being there before. Now in this map there is a taser, but you don't start with it, so you have to pick that up. That's also in the middle of the map next to the shield. The shield and the taser go really well together, so the fact that they put them next to each other is almost like, please use me. There are a lot of stick grenades in this map. You don't get any of the round grenades. The only difference between round grenades and stick grenades is they don't stack with each other. That is it. They are pretty much exactly the same thing, and I believe they have slightly different physics. You've got to worry about the handle when you're throwing a stick grenade, but doesn't matter. So round grenades, they bounce and roll a lot better than, more accurately than stick grenades do. But I don't think one is more powerful than the other. I might be wrong with that. I'm pretty sure one is not more powerful than the other. I don't know. I haven't had a look at the in-depth stats. There isn't a resource for in-depth stats, as far as I know. I'd have to work that out myself from game code. But yeah, I might do that in future. I might make a video on the stats of every single weapon. Exactly. But anyway, this video's it's already 11.5 minutes long from what I see, or at least that's my recording time. But yeah, it's a good map. It's a really good map. It's one of our favourite maps. It's definitely good for more than 2 players, because then you really feel this need when one player is pulling out ahead to really group up and get in. One guy has got full control of the shields, and the other 2 guys batting it out. It's like, oh hey, this guy's gonna annihilate us. Let's form a temporary alliance. So anyway, I haven't finished with my thoughts on the map. The bottom area is definitely a good place. It's where all the powerful ranged weapons are, the thing. There is a matter army issue here that used to be really powerful, almost overpowered, but again that was nerfed. It's balanced slightly now. Problem with the matter weapon, although it's definitely the highest fire rate gun in the map, is you can reband it quite easily. So yeah, it's good for after fights, not before fights. Don't initiate with a matter army issue. Initiate with a rocket, initiate with the plasma thing, take down the shields. Yeah, if you're taking down the shields, just take down the shields. Just get one shot in to take down the shields, run away, wait for their shields to fully deactivate, then go in for the kill before their secondary backup shield comes back in. Because they're vulnerable for a short period of time. That's why I like the cooldown on the shields, because it really means that even if you stacked up a ton of them, the enemy still has a chance. It does give you a huge advantage. It should give you a huge advantage. There's no point in getting them otherwise. But there is still a back door into that. So yeah, bottom of the map is definitely a good place to run through, grab all the weapons. The middle of the map, definitely a good place to run through. Can try and control the middle of the map if you want, just to get those shield respawns. Because the shield is almost like a consumable resource, as opposed to the because the plasma and the all the weapons are, apart from grenades and flashes obviously, all the shooting weapons, they have infinite ammo, and so once you got them, you don't need to go and get them again. And from what I remember, there aren't many grenades down the bottom lane. The top lane is where all the grenades are. I'm calling them lanes now because I've been playing way too much Dota. But yeah, the top corridor almost is it's full of grenades and stuff. It's got that riot shield now that might be worth investing in. I believe the riot shield is good against. It might be good against the plasma weapon. I haven't tested that, but the riot shield is definitely worth picking up. So you want the top layer is worth picking up after you've picked up the bottom layer, or if you control the mid layer. It's only really good if you need the grenades. Okay. So only go top if you need the grenades. It can give you a slight advantage because there aren't many girders in this map, although there are girders, and you can see down there at the bottom, those girders there, very good hiding spot. If someone's throwing a grenade in there and you hide under the girder, as long as the grenade doesn't come below the girder level, it can't actually kill you because grenades don't go through girders. So yeah, that's a really nice hiding spot. If you haven't found it already, you probably discovered that. Girders are good. I'll always say that girders are really good for controlling your presence on the map and just staying safe, almost. Not Well, yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, so you want to there isn't having the uphill advantage here. Being up at the top of the map isn't a bad thing because you can throw grenades down, and there aren't any girders up in the top half of the map, so you don't have to worry about that. Some maps are absolutely full of girders, some aren't, and the ones that aren't, like this one, upper advantage is good. The ones that are, lower advantage is good. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative into how you should play Space Zone with your friends, how you can absolutely pwn them. Just control that taser in the middle. Well, you don't need to control the taser, but you do need to control the shield. Control that shield in the middle. Once you've got taser is your best weapon for melee kills. Don't bother doing suicide grenades in this map because you've got taser. Why would you need a suicide grenade unless you don't have a taser and they have a shield and their shield has just gone down and they've got like 20 shields stacked up and this is your only opportunity to take down their entire stack of shields? Then yes, a suicide kill is definitely plausible. But if you can pick up the rocket launcher because that gives you long range suicide kill equivalents, it's a lot easier to control than grenades are in most cases, and you can also get that drop off as I showed you near to the beginning of the video. You can get the drop, control the drop in order to land it on an enemy, take down their shield. It's a really good shield taking down weapon. The plasma is not as effective as it used to be, but it used to be that you could one hit a shield with the plasma and then the second hit would kill them. That's how good it was. Like even if you had a shield, the plasma was good. So yeah, definitely pick up the plasma. It's still pretty good, but it can be reflected now. It couldn't be reflected before. That's the difference. Actually, I believe it could be absorbed slightly better if you rolled. It was a one-hit kill if you didn't roll and a two-hit kill if you did. But now it's a lot more difficult to kill with the plasma if they're rolling. Doesn't mean it's bad though. Definitely pick up the plasma. It's good fun. So anyway, have a lot of fun with this map. It's definitely one of my favourite maps. I still prefer Gladiator. Personally, it used to be my favourite map until we started playing a lot of Gladiator. I believe Desert became my favourite before Gladiator became my favourite. But I don't know. That Desert was probably the map we played most for quite a while. But we initially started playing Space Zone. Space Zone was definitely our most played map to start with. It's a good map, as I said before. You wanna play it with bots. It's a really good map with bots compared to some of the other maps like Desert and Gladiator. They can be a bit odd, a bit iffy with bots, but in Space Zone, the bots are definitely good at Space Zone, and so it's really fun to play against bots, especially if you team them up against you. It's also really fun. But yeah, it's a good map. It's got a lot of chaotic weapons and it's got a lot of powerful weapons. Have a lot of fun with it, and subscribe for more Cobalt content. And if you really want to, like, I don't know, get into something, if you really want to, like, me to go into some more detail on anything you can pretty much think of, then just shoot me a message on, like, or a comment or something like that, and I'll look into it and I'll do some research and I'll make a video about it. And yeah, so I really hope that these videos are helping you to become better at Cobalt almost, because that is the point. If you don't already own it, then definitely go and buy it. It's a brilliant game. You'll really enjoy it. You won't regret the money spent, especially if you have friends and you want to play on a couch and things like that. It's really good if you got like a PC that you use for couch gaming, because it's a controller game. It's it works very well on the controller. You want to have controllers for it. You can play it on a keyboard. It's a lot more difficult to play on a keyboard. It's doable though. And when we had a laptop, if we had two controllers, we'd have one guy on the keyboard as well and be able to play 3-player. 3-player is definitely good. 2-player duels are really difficult, but they're really like rewarding. But yeah, it's a fun game. If you've got other people that you want to play with, you want to like get them into it, they'll be up for it. It looks nice. It's visually appealing. It doesn't instantly put you off playing it just by looking at it. So yeah, it's a fun game. Get it, have a blast with it, as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Maybe, I don't know. Like if you like it, because liking is good. And I love everybody. Bye.